Well, hi, my name's Mark Swenson, and this is Debbie Danekas. We're with Shepherd's Grain, and we're here this afternoon with Will Grant, the proprietor of Sourdough Willys in Bainbridge and
in Kingston.
In Kingston.
In Kingston.
Kingston.
Did want to correct you, but it's Bainbridge, Kingston, because he does have another pizzeria.
That's a Some Pizza. Absolutely.
That's a Some Pizza on Bainbridge.
Right. And we'd like to talk with Will this afternoon about his use of Shepherd's Grain pizza flour specifically, and other flours incidentally. And I think we'll just start off with some questions. Will, when did you start using Shepherd's Grain flour, and what was your decision to do that?
As a chef, you always want to use the most local produce you can. The whole idea of farm to kitchen is amazing, except for this whole thing called winter, which really kind of sucks. But with grains and flour, I was able to find you guys with your high gluten flour, your low gluten flour, your whole wheat flour that really meant a lot to me, that you guys aren't just a flour company, but you're actually a consortium of farmers that are deciding to sell a food as opposed to selling a commodity. It was 4 years ago, after I went to my first pizza school, when my mom had retired from the business. I wanted to take things to the next level, so I found the closest pizza school, which happened to be in San Francisco, with Tony Gemignani, which is a 13-time world champion. And in going there, he really showed to me that it's not just the love you put into your starter or in the pizza, but it's the love in the ingredients also. And it was at that point I really wanted to find something that I could love that was local to Washington State and the Pacific Northwest. And that's when I really found out about you guys and the sustainable flour that you guys do. For me, it's beyond just being this local flour, but the sustainably farmed flour really means so much, not just to our community, but the farming community in the world itself. So that's really what brought me to Shepherd's Grain.
That's great. We recently have come out with a 00 Napoletana pizza flour, and we actually appreciate your help in honing that down to a product that we're really proud of. What does a 00 flour mean to you?
Well, first, I'm just honored that you guys would have me help you with it like that. I love your guys' product, and for me, a 00 flour means getting something truer to what the Italians started with. All pizzas started in Naples hundreds of years ago, and they used this 00 flour, this finer milled flour that can absorb water better. And so, with that being said, having a local flour that I can use that's 00, that can, I can locally get a flour that's the same kind of flour I could get in Naples, but make it here. I think it's something special. I think it's something worth sharing with the world. It's such an amazing flour. It makes such a great product. And the quality of pizzas I can put out of that oven are really, really amazing. And it's an honor to be able to use something that my neighbors grow and that people in the community here can grow also. So it's fun to be part of that.
That's great. Yeah, we're really proud of this product and excited that you are going to be using it in your restaurants.
Definitely a great product.
I'm going to ask you a question. How does it compare to other Italian flours?
It's right there comparable with it. I mean, it has the fineness needed to go up against any of the other big brands that are in America. It checks off all the lists needed to be what we need for a true Napoletana style pizza. It really it makes it easier to use a local flour as opposed to a random pizza mix. To actually use a 00 double milled flour like that really means a lot, especially to a small artisan pizzeria like myself.
Great.
We found that using our spring wheats and milling them in a slightly different way to a lower ash content, to the right protein content, they're working out really well comparing to I say Caputo, but the Italian 00s. And tell me about when you cook them at that high temperature. How does that differ from a pizza that you're cooking in a normal pizza oven without the caputo flour.
So with the Neapolitan style pizza, you're almost searing it quickly, so it's not going to have the same shape, or it'll have the same shape, but it won't have the same cooking characteristics with it. When you're cooking from 800 to 1,000 degrees, it actually cooks so much quicker. You have to be able to make sure that it can stick together in there, because a big part of this Napoletana style pizza is just getting it in the oven and then spinning around in the oven. Because basically you place it in the oven, you leave it there, you spin it, you leave it there, you take it, you give it a little fire kiss, and it's done. So traditional pizza, American pizza, is done in a convection or conveyor oven or a deck oven, and it cooks at about anywhere from 525 to 650 degrees. So it's a longer cook process with it. So with this style of flour, we're able to do more of that original Napoletana pizza here in the United States and really bring the authenticity to our pizzas as well. And then I do use it I mix your high gluten flour with the 00 flour for my New York style pizza as well. Because you can mix this flour with and use it in different processes as well.
Could you use our low gluten flour in that as well and mix it with the 00? Or have you?
Absolutely. There's several different cases where I'm doing different pastries and stuff like that. I will mix the high gluten with the low gluten flour, and you can definitely do that with the 00 flour as well. And same with I will add wheat flour to some of my your whole wheat to my pan doughs as well, the higher hydration flours.
Great.
I was watching you prepare several pizzas just a few minutes ago, and I swear that they weren't in the oven more than 2 minutes.
No, it's 40 to 60 seconds is usually how long those
That one is
pizzas cook.
40 to 60 seconds.
It's really, really quick.
What is the temperature on that?
So right now we're cooking, it says 750, but more towards the flame and the upper part of the dome, it's anywhere from 900 to 1,000 degrees.
What if someone didn't have this kind of an oven? What's the lowest temperature you could do like a 00?
Oh, you could do it just like any other flour.
Oh, you could.
You can use it for any kind of breads at 425,
Okay.
375. But definitely for pizzas, I recommend, lowest is maybe 525. That's what I use in some of my other ovens for my New York style like that. It all depends on what your capability is. Do you have a home oven that you can do something like that with, or do you have where it's an actual pizza oven, or do you have just a regular kitchen oven where half the time they only go up to 475? So just have the right tools, having a pizza steel and having a pizza paddle, or what I use is the bottom side of an old pizza box to put them in and out of the oven. You can accomplish pretty much anything anywhere with this kind of flour.
We know that we're going to have you doing some demonstrations at our booth at the
very
International Pizza
excited,
Expo
yes.
in the middle of August down in Las Vegas. And we have a different oven than that, but we do have an oven that's similar to the one you have here in the restaurant.
Yes.
What kind of pizzas will you be preparing or demonstrating?
So down there I'll be demonstrating with high hydration pan doughs. So I'll be doing Detroit style, Sicilian style, and Roman style. Then on top of that, we'll be doing New York style, because the ovens are such, you can do so much with one of those ovens. We can do all the different styles of pizza with that also. And actually I'd be able to do Neapolitan style with that also, because that oven gets up to 1,000 degrees as well.
Oh, it does? Mm-hmm. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah. So it'll be fun to be doing all kinds of different pizzas and all kinds of different doughs, and really showing the pizza world what an American milled and American grown flour can really bring to the pizza community.
Yeah, we're hoping to attract a lot of people to look at those demonstrations.
It should be a lot of fun.
Well, I think since we have you scheduled Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on different times, and we're going to put in a big announcement out that will grant the world well-known Pizzaiolo is going to be at our booth with a headset on and telling everybody and training everybody. I think you're going to just have tons of people come around, customers that are interested. You do such a great job on
Thank you. Yeah, well,
presenting.
Well, when you have an ingredient like this, a product like this, it's really easy to sell. Something it's easy to get behind. Even just the heart on the logo, the soul of the company is the heart, and sustainable farming. The idea that we don't have to destroy Mother Earth to make this, and it makes it so these farmers that have been farming this land for 130 years can do it for another 130 years, as opposed to be done in the next 60 years just because of the issues with the topsoil. and run them. So being able to support people that can support me too is really resonates strongly with me.
Well, it helps also that our farmers are no-till farmers. You know, they're regenerative agricultural. They're all behind saving that soil, especially that topsoil. Because if they don't, we're not going to have that in years to come.
Absolutely.
So to be a shepherd's grain farmer, you have to be a no-tiller, which we've been doing that since, Carl and Fred started the company in 2000, and the reason behind that is to sustain the soil and keep it a healthy soil. So if you have a healthier soil, you're going to have a healthier end product. Yeah. So we appreciate you starting. How long have you been using our flour?
I've been using your flour for about 4.5 years now.
Well, we appreciate it immensely.
It's the best flour around. I'm happy to use it.
Yeah.
I'm going to change the subject for a little bit and ask you about the Northwest Pizza School that you're going to be starting.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, when you came to us, we talked about it, and we decided it was something we wanted to be part of, we wanted to sponsor. Tell me where that stands right now and what your plans are.
Well, the Pacific Northwest School of Pizza is something that I've really dreamt of for a long time. And it stemmed with me going to school for the first time in California and kind of realizing how much there was of pizza, but not just beyond that, how much I could share of pizza and of my passion with other people. I thought, what a great way to do that than do classes here at our pizzeria when we're closed and do different, sourdoughs, do different American-style pizzas, and really kind of focus on how we can train people that are passionate about food, how they can use these different flours, these different ingredients, and make this amazing stuff at home. So we're going to be doing home classes for home chefs and home bakers. We'll be doing kids classes. We'll be doing date night classes, and then as we progress, we'll be doing professional classes also. We'll be doing 3-day professional sourdough classes, and then as I continue my education and I continue to learn as much as I can from Italy, we'll actually be doing other professional classes here as well, and really doing a certification for Pizzaiolos here as well. So it's just my love of pizza and baking and sharing it with the world.
You indicated to me that there's been quite a bit of interest and excitement about the school.
There is. I was pretty shocked, really. I've had people from India, Mexico, I've had people from Canada, and all over the Midwest and America, even here in the Pacific Northwest, just excited to come here and learn my techniques with pizza. After the last year and a half of pandemic, everyone's been using these sourdoughs. Well, I've been using sourdoughs since I was, 6 years old, so it's kind of what I know is sourdough pizza. So it's really fun to be able to share that with the world and get to share it with people that are passionate about it. It's awesome. It's fun to connect with other people that have the same passion as me, and what a great way to do that in a class like this.
Right. I know the issues over the last year and a half have kind of slowed you down and kind of delayed things, but it sounds like you're going to be ready to start here early in the fall.
Absolutely, yeah. We're looking at a September start date. We're really excited for it. We wanted to get the Pizza Expo out of the way first and really share it with the pizza world at the International Pizza Expo, especially with your booth, and kind of go forward with it there.
Yeah, we hope to promote it at the booth.
What's our booth number?
1259.
Got it.
1259. Yeah.
So you got a great location, double booth. We'll have your pizza the best pizza at the show since you'll be making it. So
it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm bringing my whole crew there also. So it won't be just me making it. We'll have several different employees that will be there making pizzas and doing different demos. I think we're going to have a few guest chefs there as well doing different demos. And so I'm really excited for it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I will say that 2 years ago we had Will and his team in our booth doing pizza when they had the last Pizza Expo, and people from all around the show came by and said we had the best pizza in the show, no questions about it. And as far as I was concerned, I was as objective as I could have been, and it was really, really good.
Well, sometimes the pizza show can be hard because yes, it's a pizza show, but usually it'll be a crust company with a cheap cheese or a topping. Or it'll be a great cheese company with a cheap crust and cheap topping.
Right.
Or it'll be an incredible topping company with cheap cheese and cheap crust. So you don't always get the best pizzas there. If you stick around the competition areas and the demo areas, you can get a lot of pizza. But in general, a lot of it's sampling isn't really the best pizza you've had before. So it's always been an honor to be able to share what I do as a passion there with other pizza people and have them appreciate it as much as they have.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the chefs or the pizzaiolos come in early to do some competition and training and things. So do they come in, because I know the event is actually September 24th and 25th, but will your group come in probably early and start competing?
So how the competition, so there's actually a School of Pizzeria Management that actually starts before the show. That would be the Sunday and Monday before. And then so I have 2 classes then with Nick Bogaz, how to train management and how to train a winning team.
Good.
That would be Sunday and Monday. Then Monday I'll also be doing a sourdough expo, or actually a sourdough workshop with people. And competition go along with the show. So people will be competing at different times during the show. And at the very end of the show, that's when we'll find out who the winners are and who those last competitions are with.
Well, I'm so glad Mark just told me that the dates that I gave you is the Edmonds Rotary Oktoberfest. So if you would like to come there, we don't have Will there, but we'll have a lot of beer there. However, the dates for the pizza show are August 17th, 18th, and 19th.
Yes.
Thanks for correcting me. Mark looked at me like, hello?
1 month at a time.
1 month at a time, yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, let's see what else. Well, I don't know. Is there anything else you'd like to contribute about what you're doing with our flour, about what you're doing with the restaurants?
I think you should showcase this and
Yeah,
tell it, because
absolutely, yeah.
I think you've only been open a couple of weeks, right?
So here at Sourdough Willys, we've been open for about a year now, but that was the front half. We've been, actually, this is the end of a 3-year process to open up our back dining room in this back kitchen here. So we've worked really hard and diligently to kind of get this open through pandemics and unemployment, and it's finally come together in this vision that I had 4 years ago when I wanted to do. It was at a point in my life where I was ready. My daughter was going back to school full time, except for COVID, right? But I was ready to start another project where I could really throw myself at. So this has been the last 3 years to make it what it is. But we have a really good location here. It's right across the ferry terminal from Edmonds, so you can just walk on the boat and walk right up to our dining room, and it's got a beautiful 180-degree view of the Pacific Northwest and the Apple Tree Cove here. We serve 3 different styles, actually 4 different styles of pizza. We do Sicilian, Detroit, New York, and Napoletana. We'll be adding Roman sandwiches and different soups and bread bowls soon as we get some more of the labor market back inside and winter around the corner. But it's fun to have a full service restaurant again. I've been waiting for 9 years now to really kind of jump into something new like this, and to be able to be here with this and where I'm at with the pizza show and having supporters like you guys with this amazing product that I can really share with the world here really makes a big difference, and it's meant the world to me to be able to be kind of the face of Shepherd's Grain and kind of help tell the pizza world about such an amazing product that is locally farmed, is sustainably farmed.
And it's American. You used that term when we were together. American grown.
American grown, absolutely, yeah. It's not wheat shipped off to another country, milled and shipped back in. It's grown here by American farmers. That I just love the idea too. They're not selling commodity; they're selling a food. So they're actually able to sell it for a little more than they normally would on the open market. So you're supporting people that are real and they're your neighbors. And for me, my mother's side of the family is actually from Eastern Washington. There are a lot of farmers out there, so I have a lot of mutual friends that know some of the farmers with Shepherd's Grain and have dedicated their life to farming like that, and seeing a way not only from the perspective of me being able to support the farmers, but just the idea that the farmers want to support the community by making this wheat also. There's a lot of different sustainably, different foods that they could have done, oils and stuff like that, but they chose to do wheat to feed the community. And I think that's, as a restaurateur and just as a consumer, you'd think, I'm going to support the farmers. You don't realize by them growing the wheat, they're actually supporting us too.
Well, it's nice that every 50-pound bag of Shepherd's Grain, you can actually trace it back to the farmer that grew the wheat. And they're very proud of that. I mean, they're excited. That's one thing, being sales and marketing for 11 years now, the passion that our farmers have. It's just, you just go to the field, you can see it, and they want to do the best they can, and they're always learning and the best improvements. So I'm proud to represent the Shepherd's Grain farmers. I got to tell you that.
It's a pretty awesome situation. It's
Yeah.
neat.
So I think that wraps it up.
Cool. Sounds good.
Thanks, Will.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you. It's fun.
Cool. And then maybe do a little announcement for Sourdough for the Pacific Northwest School. So yeah. So hi, I'm Will Grant, aka Sourdough Willy, and I have Mark and Deb with Shepherd's Grain here, and I have a really fun announcement. With Shepherd's Grain's help, opening in September, we have the Pacific Northwest School of Sourdough. So here you'll be able to come and learn how to make different sourdough breads, different pizzas especially, and just all kinds of fun home baking stuff that you can learn here with me and take home to your families. We'll be doing home classes, and we'll also be doing kids classes, date night classes, and professional classes. So keep an ear out soon for more updates, but we will be doing classes starting September at the Shepherd's Grain's Pacific Northwest School of Pizza.
First try.
Good job, Will.